What's this little guy here? You're so adorable. Are you Cupid? You've got to be the cutest little thing I've ever seen. Oh, what's that? Oh, are you going to shoot me? Are you going to shoot me with your little love bow and arrow? Oh, don't shoot. Nice shot. Is this how the beauty gurus do it? Oh yeah, work it, girl. Hello, creepers, and welcome back to Keeping It Creepy. I'm Kiha, and today I'm rocking this wig in honor of Valentine's Day. I think I'm looking pretty festive. But yeah, for today's tutorial, I just decided to do this fun little silly Cupid makeup tutorial, even though I've obviously never met Cupid because I've never had a Valentine, but it's fine. Because I don't need no man to make me happy. Psh, girl, please. But it's cool because when you're an adult, it doesn't really matter. Because if you want chocolate or Sour Patch Kids, you can just go out and buy yourself the biggest bag on the shelf. So that's pretty great. I might do that occasionally. Just saying, if you've never tried Sour Patch Kids and popcorn, you should, because it's the best snack on the planet. But yeah, I just wanted to give Valentine's Day a fun little gory twist, as I often like to do. So I decided to see what it would be like if Cupid, you know, shot your eye out with an arrow, because, you know, his aim can't be perfect all the time. That's why there's so many divorces. Just saying. Anyway, without further ado, it's time to, you know the drill, get our creep on. Let's go. So to start off, we're going to be roughing out the basic structure of our sculpt. So obviously we want it to look like an eye, and we don't want it to be too bulky because it really shows when you make a prosthetic too bulky on the eye. So we're going to try to keep this prosthetic pretty thin. So now we've got the upper and lower lid formed, and we put the eyeball in, and now we're putting the cut of the arrow into the eye. This cross X pattern of what the tip of an arrow would look like if it went straight through your eye. That's kind of like what we're going for here. So now we're going through with some naphtha, which is essentially lighter fluid, and smoothing out the sculpt. And here's what it looks like so far. Now we're just inserting our straw, which is going to serve as our arrow for this tutorial. My little homemade bow and arrow, the arrow was a straw, so yeah. If I can do it, so can you. So now we're just digging out where the hole in the eye would be from the arrow. And I've become a bit of a pyromaniac, so we're burning the clay to help smooth it out. And it left the clay a little bit too thin, so now we're going in with some texture stamps to put some of that skin texture back into it. And now we have our finished sculpt. So now we're just building up our clay walls and mixing up some Ultracal. If you need to know how to do this, I will include a link in the description to a video that shows you how. And so we're just going to pour that onto our sculpt and wait for it to harden. Usually takes about an hour. And once that's hardened and completely dry, we're going to peel off that clay wall and clean any clay out of our mold. I got lucky and I don't have any to clean out. Whoop whoop. That's a clean mold. So now we're just going to go through and put some latex into our mold. And we want to make sure that the edges are really thin so that it'll blend down into the skin, and we want to put about 3 to 4 layers of latex into our mold, letting it dry between layers. And once it's completely dry and we have our layers, we're going to powder it thoroughly and peel it out of our mold, powdering as we go so it doesn't stick to itself like latex likes to do. And now it's time to paint, so we're starting out with painting the eyeball. I'm painting it a whitish pink color because I'm out of complete white, but I know that it'll work for my purposes because it's going to be an inflamed eyeball anyway. So yeah. Now we're going through and painting some red into our woundage, and it's okay if it looks a little messy so we can just sponge it off. And then it just stays in the cracks where we want it of the woundage. And now we're going in and darkening all the crevices, and we're starting out using a light red, and then we're going in with a darker shade of red just to give the wound some dimension. And now we're going along the edge of the eyelids with a little bit of red. Starting to look pretty gnarly. And since I'm wearing makeup, I'm going to go ahead and draw on my eyeliner because the makeup wouldn't suddenly just disappear because I got shot in the eye with an arrow, so continuity is important. So yeah, we're just going to draw on our eyeliner, and it's okay if it's a little messy because, hey, you just got shot in the eye with an arrow. Now we're going to apply some lashes because what eye would be complete without lashes? You know, adding to the realism a little bit. So we're just going to put some adhesive along the upper and lower lash line. Oh gosh, this feels like such a beauty tutorial now. And now we're just sticking on our lashes. And I just used one pair of lashes and I cut them in half, well, a little less than half, and applied them on either side of the woundage so that way there wasn't a strip of lash going over our cuttage that we created. And now, just to make the eyelashes look a little more realistic, I'm applying mascara so that it matches my makeup that I did before and adds to the realism. Now we're just seeing what it looks like so far, and we're ready to apply this puppy. So I just recorded a bunch of video of me applying this, and then my camera died, so I'm gonna have to peel it off and do it again. I don't want to. And I glued it on really good, so kudos to me. Now we're just sticking down our prosthetic, making sure not to let any of the edges curl under themselves, and just making it as smooth into the skin as possible. And to help this along a little better, I mixed up some Bondo, and we're just going to apply that all around the edges, and this really helps to conceal it better. And then we're just waiting for that to dry once it becomes pretty much clear, and powdering it thoroughly with a translucent powder. Now I'm just going through with some of my foundation color and brushing that along the edges to blend the prosthetic into my skin. And I'm using NYX's Total Control foundation. Then I go over it with some NYX HD Studio Concealer. And now to make this eye match the other eye, I'm going to apply some of the pink Valentine makeup that I did. And then to make sure that the face is equal, we're going to apply some highlighter, making it shine. Looking good, girl. Who knew a gory eye could look so glamorous? And now we're ready to apply our arrow that inevitably is not going to stick because I never really thought it through too much, but it's fine. I'm not perfect. And now we're applying some blood because what wounded eye would be complete without some drippage? Looking fancy. And we're adding some splatters. And re-sticking our arrow. And there you have the completed makeup look. You have now officially been shot by Cupid. Maybe you'll find somebody to love. But yeah, guys, that's all I have for you today. Remember to like and subscribe if you like what you saw, and don't forget to leave any suggestions or comments that you have below so that we can continue to make awesome things together. And remember to keep it creepy. Still feel like Coraline.
those eye doctor tests. Fun fact, I can only see the big E. Not blind at all. Not at all.
Even though I myself have never had a Valentine's Day. What? No. But yeah, I wanted to give Halloween. Oh gosh, what holiday are we on? It should just always be Halloween, that's the problem. Anyway. Red glitter, red glitter. Is it working? Am I glittery? Am I sparkly? Am I a fairy? Duet? Do you want to duet with me? Oh gosh, that's from like another Cinderella story. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't you know I'm not your ghost anymore? What, you've never serenaded a heart before? That's why you're single. I don't know. It's really late. It's like 4 in the morning, so all bets are off. Stupid Cupid, stop picking on me. Had that song stuck in my head ever since I decided to do this tutorial. Just call me Lady Glitter Sparkles. Strike that pose. Peace out, homies.